everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought of adding the first video of the new series which I have started, the concise selina series. So this is the first series. So I thought of making the video for biology, the first chapter, which is the leaf. So let's get started. And I also thought of adding sample papers in our plan. So I have added it. So I thought of telling you all. So we will also do the sample paper. So this is the book which I am gonna read. Concise Selina Biology. This is for 6th grade and this is a revised book. So I'm gonna read the first chapter. This is the first chapter. So let's get to know the syllabus. External structure of parts of leaf in detail. Kinds of leaf, simple and compound. Types of venation, reticulate and parallel. Functions of leaf. Main functions, modifications, tendrils, spines, scale leaves, insectivorous plants. Need for modification within example, vegetative propagation in leaf. Example, biofilm. So we will read all these, but I thought of dividing this chapter into two parts. So in the first part we will do first point, second point, third point and fourth point. And in the second part we will do these three topics which are left, and we will also complete the MCQ and SAQs or short answer questions. Let's start. So let's start with the reading. You see a variety of small and large flowering plants in our surroundings, such as tulsi, rose, mango, neem, peepal, etc. They have variations in height, shape of leaves, colors and flowers, etc. Despite these variations, they have distinct structural similarities. All flowering plants have roots, stems, leaves, and they bear fruits. So in this whole paragraph, we get to know that we see many flowering plants, right? We see many flowering plants. If let's say we are going on a field trip, so we can see that there are a variety of plants, such as trees, such as small herbs, such as creepers, right? All of these are a variety of plants, and all of them have one thing in common, that they have leaves, right? The tree also have leaves, the roses also have leaves, the marigold also have leaf, right? All the flowers or all the plants have leaf. Some plants do not, like some plants don't have leaves, such as the insectivorous plant. They don't have the leaves because the leaf form the insectivorous plant only. So yeah, they don't have leaves, or else they have the leaves starting from, like, this is the plant and leaves will be like here. So that I thought of telling you. Then here we can see parts of plant, which tells us that parts of plant are divided into two systems, right? One is root system and one is shoot system. Now here, the root system. The underground part of a plant is called root. Its main characteristics are it grows downward to the soil, away from the sunlight and towards the force of gravity. So this is important because it tells us that the root system grows downward. It grows downward, right? It grows downwards. It is important. If you have a notebook or a notebook, you just note this because this is important. Then we have activity. Carefully dig out a small plant like balsam from the soil. Gently wash the portion which was under the ground with tap water. Okay. Take a large sized beaker or tumbler containing some water. Keep the plant in it with its underground parts submerged in water. Observe the plant carefully and compare its parts. Identify the two main parts of the plant which was under the ground, as well root system, and other which was above the soil, known as the shoot system. Let's get to know it. So this is the whole part of the plant, right? We have studied this in fifth and fourth grade. We have studied it. It is quite easy. So this is flowers, these are leaves, this is the stem, right? This all is known as shoot system. This is the root, which is only known as root system. So let's Just read the small paragraphs that are written on these parts. Flowers are reproductive organs. They produce seeds which germinate and grow into new plants. Leaves are the food factories of the plant. They absorb energy from sunlight and use it to make food. The stem holds the leaves and flowers above the ground. The roots the roots hold the plant firmly in the soil. They they help the plant to absorb water and minerals from the soil. So leaf. So let's just read about the flowers first. So this we have read that it is a reproductive organ. They are telling us that this is a reproductive organ because it produces seeds that helps to germinate and grow into new plants, right? And then there's leaves. Leaves are food factories of plants because they absorb sunlight and use it to make food. Then the stem acts as the holder because it holds the leaves and flowers in the soil so that they could stand. Then there is roots. Roots hold the plant firmly in the soil, right? Let's just get to know this sentence first. So roots are like here, just for an example, this is a stem. This pen is a stem. This pen is a stem. So now here, if I am giving it like, I'm just doing it like this, it doesn't have any root. This is stem. It just doesn't have any root, right? It doesn't stay firmly in the soil, right? It doesn't stay firmly in the soil. And there, if I just cover the half part or half portion of the stem, it will stay firmly. It will stay here, but not firmly. It won't, right? Because it doesn't have something that will hold. Now here my hand is roots, and this is stem. So here roots are holding it firmly. Even if I am pushing it, it just bends a little bit, but stays flat. Stays firmly in the soil. So this is the this is the main act for the soil, right? Soil and roots both help in the plant, right? The roots hold the plant firmly in the soil, right? And what is the act for soil? Soil has minerals and waters that the roots will take and give it to other parts of the plant, such as the stem, and now stem will help in giving it to the leaves, which that is why leaves are known as food factories. Now the second point. It has one main thick primary root with many side branches. The end parts of the root branches bear fine hair-like projections called root hairs. The primary root with all its branches and the root hairs is called root system. So now I guess this is telling about the types of root system because it has the primary root and side branches. So just a quick recap kind of, the primary root is only in one kind of root. Okay, it is only in one kind of root, which is taproot. Okay, only one kind of root has primary root and side branches. Now every root, if you have seen any root, like just go and grab a plant which is very small, like just get dicot plant, like of a plant of a pea or a gram seed, and a plant of maize or a grass. Okay, just get these two and now wash the roots. Gently wash the roots. We can see that the roots have two different kinds of root systems, right? Now just for an example, in the notebook I'm gonna draw these two kinds of root systems. So this is the first root system which we are gonna learn, which is the tap root. Wait. and the second is fibrous root. Fibrous root. Okay, these two roots. So firstly, let's just draw the taproot. Taproot has this thick main root. Okay, we will call this as a primary root. Okay, we'll call it as primary root. And it has many side branches, which are small. This is called secondary roots. Now for the fibrous roots, this is quite easy because it doesn't have a different size or different thickness variations, because their sizes are only small and big. Like in this it tells you the sizes and the thickness, but in this it doesn't shows us or measures with the thickness, only with the height or the length of the root. It doesn't have any parts, right? In this there are two parts, primary root and secondary roots, right? And here it doesn't have any part, there are only secondary roots, right? But in this it doesn't. So this is the two diagrams for one taproot and another fibrous root. Well, actually I haven't drawn it quite well, so but in the last video I will just make sure the diagrams are very great, so that you could use it for your exams as well. Okay. So here we can see, as I told you, there are the types of root system, which are taproot and fibrous root. So here are the taproot system, as I just told you earlier. And the important point that taproot systems are only found in dicot plants, okay, and plants which have reticulate venation, and fibrous root are found in which have monocot plants. Monocot plants have fibrous root system, and they also have parallel venation, like the maize have parallel venation. Well, actually, if you have read this chapter earlier and you are watching the video after reading the chapter, you will know what is venation and what are the types of venation. But if you haven't, just you will get to know when the topic gets covered. Taproot system. So the taproot system has a thick main root called the primary root. Okay, as I told you, primary root, thick root here. This is the primary root, and now it bears many side branches called as secondary roots. These roots which I drawn, right? These roots are secondary roots, such as root system and found in plants such as gram, pea or dicot plants. As I told you, dicot plants have taproot system. Now fibrous root system. Fibrous root system has cluster of roots of the same thickness and size arising from the base of the stem. This type of root system is found in plants such as maize, right? Such as maize, grass, etc. or monocot plant, as I told you. Now here, this is the function. Now this is important because it just tells whatever we have read in the topics here, and here this is the whole function of the root system. So this is important. Okay, this is important. Then there is the shoot system. The part of the plant which grows above the soil forms the shoot system. It is made up of stem. It is made up of stem, buds, leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. Okay, not etc. I just said it. So it is made up of stem, buds, leaves, flowers, and fruits. The stem. Stem is the main aerial part of the shoot system. The points of the stem on the stem from where the leaves and branches originate are called nodes. The part of the stem between two successive nodes is called an internode. The tip of the shoot has buds called apical buds or terminal buds. They are responsible for the vertical growth of the stem. So according to our plan or the syllabus plan which we have seen at the starting of this video, we have completed the external. We haven't completed anything, so we'll complete it. So we have these 3 topics, as I have told you, these 3 topics, sorry, 4 topics, which we will complete today. Now here it is tells about the stem. Okay, as it has terminal. Okay, tip of the shoot has buds. Okay, which is apical buds and terminal buds. Yeah, both of them are names. In some books they can tell apical buds. In some book it can tell terminal buds. So in this book it tells us that both of them are the same. Both of them are the same. Just 2 different names for a point. Okay. Now they are responsible for the vertical growth of the stem. So here for the diagram we can see this is the apical bud. Now we can also known as that or tell it as terminal bud. Okay. This is internode. This is axillary bud. We will get to know about the axillary bud as well. This is internode and this is node. This is leaf, as we know. Then the angle between the upper side of leaf and a stem is axil. Buds found here is called axillary buds. Okay, they produce new branches with either leaves or flowers. So here, as I told, so here this is the axillary bud because it forms an angle. This is the leaf. This is the stem. This forms an angle, which here is called an axil. Okay, this whole area is called an axil. This whole area is called an axil. So birds found here is known as axillary bird. Okay, they produce new branches with either leaves or flowers. Okay, then there is function of the stem. Stem bears all the aerial parts of the plant, such as buds, leaves, flowers, and fruits. Stems help in the upward movement of water and minerals absorbed by the roots and transport stem up to the leaves, flowers, and fruits. Food prepared by the leaves is conducted downward to the roots and other non-green plant parts by the stem. Stem also manufactures food when green and young. Okay, and there is the leaf. Then the topic, the leaf. The flat and green parts of the shoot system that grow laterally from the nodes of the stem are called leaves. There is always a bud in the axil of a leaf called axillary bud. Okay, there is always an axil of the leaf known as axillary bud, like this bud. This word axillary bud. There's always a bud, right? There's always a bud. Leaves do not continuously grow like the stem but stop growing on attaining full size. Okay, they stop growing after attaining the full size. Then there's structure of a leaf. A typical leaf has the following parts. Petiole, the basal part of the leaf. A stalk called petiole is attached to the stem or the nodes. The axillary bud is present in the axil of the bud. Sometimes leaves are directly attached to the stem without a petiole. Those are called as sessile leaves. Such leaves are called sessile leaves. Okay, this point is quite important. Just remember this point. Sessile leaves. If it doesn't have a petiole, it is known as sessile leaves. Then this is the whole diagram. This is the axillary bud, right? This is the axillary bud because it forms an axil or an angle. This is the axillary bud. This is the lamina. Now, before getting to know about lamina is the broad surface of the leaf. It's the broad surface of the leaf. Then there is the midrib, the mid vein or the mid vein which goes in the middle of the leaf is called as the midrib. Then it is the petiole which helps in holding the leaf. Then there are veins. Then there is leaf margin. Leaf margin is this. Like, look, there are kind of spine-like margins or right margins. So this is called as leaf margin. Then there is the leaf apex. Leaf apex is the point of leaf, such as this is a leaf. So the apex will be this. This will be the apex. Then we have the leaf blade or the lamina, as I told you. The green flat, both surface or both part of the leaf is called the lamina or leaf blade. Its outer edge is called leaf margin, as I told you. Then there is midrib. Petiole continuously into the lamina as the midrib. This laterally gives out fine branches called veins. Petiole, midrib, veins, and ventlets. Further branches or veins conduct water and food. Veins also provide a skeleton or a supportive framework to the leaves. Types of leaves. Leaves can be of two types, simple or compound. Okay, simple of compound. So simple leaf. In a simple leaf, the lamina is undivided and is a single piece. Mango, banana, banyan, etc. Marginal incisions, if present, do not reach up to the midrib or petiole. Prickly poppy. So in this, it shows that the simple leaf is undivided. The midrib goes, but it doesn't divide the leaf into two parts. Okay, it doesn't divide the leaf into two parts. But in a compound leaf, the leaf blade or lamina is divided into smaller units called leaflets. Okay, leaves can be like sorry, classified in various ways on the basis of shape: needle shape, pine, onion, oval shape, guava, apple, heart shape, people, oblong shape, banana, circular shape, lotus, or nasturtium, then tapering, eucalyptus, then ashoka. Okay, these are the two. Now, on the basis of their margin, complete or entire margin, people. Okay, tooth and serrated margin, China rose. Now, China rose, the hibiscus flower is also called as China rose. Wavy margin, ashoka and mango. Spinous margin, prickly poppy. Okay, and then there's arrangement of leaves. Okay, now arrangement of leaves are there in three types. Okay, arrangement of leaf are in three. So let's check the syllabus if we have completed some part of it. So kinds of leaf, simple and compound completed. Then we have venation. Then there's leaf functions of leaf or the main functions. So arrangement of leaf alternate. Only one leaf arises from each node. The next leaf arises from the successive node in opposite direction. Example: mint, people, China rose, or hibiscus. I just have told you. Opposite. In plants like jasmine and guava, two leaves arise on each node, opposite to each other. This is called opposite arrangement. Fold. More than two leaves are attached at each node, arranged in a fold. Oleander or nerium. These are two names for one kind of plant. Then there is activity. Okay, I have done this activity. If you want, I can do it once more. So in this, you just have to take some people leaf, then soak it for few days, and then change the water after every second day. Now after the 3 to 5 days, just take the leaf out, make it dry, then rub it gently with your fingers, and the green portion will just of the leaf just come out. We were rubbing it, and you will just get to see the veins and the mid ribs. Now just paint it and use it to make your birthday card, to make anything you like. Just it is used for crafting. Like it is like the plastic feather which comes, like the feather. Then there is venation of leaves, which I was telling you. Arrangement of veins in a lamina is called venation. It is mainly of two types. Reticulate venation. In this type of venation, veins and veinlets are irregularly distributed in the lamina, forming a network. Okay, people, mango and guava leaves or dicot plants. As I told you, here look, this is the reticulate venation. These are the veins. If you do this, if you do this activity, you will get to see the venations as well. Then there's parallel venation, and this type of venation, veins are all parallel to each other. Banana, grass, maize, and wheat leaves or monocot plants. Okay, these are known as parallel venation. Function of the leaf. Leaves are an important part of a plant. They perform various functions, but the two main functions are photosynthesis and transpiration. Now, photosynthesis is known as production of food. The term photosynthesis means combining by light. Photo means light, synthesis means combining. During photosynthesis, water is combined with carbon dioxide to produce glucose and oxygen. Okay, and then all green plants have the capability to prepare their own food and are therefore called autotrophs. Auto means self, troph means nourishment, self nourishment. This method of nutrition is called autotrophic nutrition. For preparing food, the plants require the following: water from soil, carbon dioxide from air, chlorophyll contained in the leaf, energy from the sunlight. You need four things. Okay. Then there is the process by which plant leaf prepares or synthesizes food from water, carbon dioxide in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight is called photosynthesis. Okay. Then we have, okay, now this is the important or the formula. Photosynthesis is represented as follows: carbon dioxide plus water, chlorophyll by sunlight is equals to glucose plus oxygen. There are two end products of photosynthesis: one glucose, second oxygen. Then there is significance of photosynthesis. Food. During photosynthesis, plants prepare food not only for themselves but also for animals and human beings. The fruits. Okay, the fruits. Then there is oxygen. Leaves give out oxygen produced as a byproduct during photosynthesis, which supports life on earth. Both plants and animals utilize this oxygen for respiration. Transpiration. This is a process by which water is lost. Water is lost in the form of water vapor by evaporation from the surface of leaves and other aerial parts of a plant. It has cooling effect and develops a suction force to make roots absorb more water with mineral ions. Okay. Transpiration is the process by which water is lost in the form of water vapor by evaporation from the surface of leaves and other aerial parts of the leaf. Plants continuously absorb water through their roots. This water is transported through the stem to all parts of the plant, including leaves. Only a very little amount of it is retained in the plant or utilized during photosynthesis. The rest of it gets evaporated as water vapor into the atmosphere from the surface of the leaf. Significance of transpiration. Cooling effect. The water keeps on evaporating from the leaf surface during transpiration. The heat required for evaporation of water is obtained from the plant itself, and thus the plant cools itself and when it's outside. Now, we have all experienced. Now, this is the four examples which I'm going to explain. Now. Here, let's say like you are working in a very sunny day, hot sunny day. Okay, hot sunny day. You are walking or just traveling in a very hot sunny day. Now you are feeling very hot, so you thought of taking some rest, but you can't take rest in the sunlight, right? So you thought of taking rest somewhere else, which is covered, which is shelter, which is shelter, but there's no shelter, right? There's no shelter. So you thought, where should I sit? Then you see a tree, so you will just go and sit under the tree. Now you will feel cool because of transpiration. Because Yeah, since evaporation leaves a cooling effect, the surrounding air also cools down. Cool air, being heavier, tends to settle down. As a result, you will feel cold when you stand under a tree or sit under a tree. Then transpiration flow. This whole example I was just telling you in the story. Then there's transpiration and pull as water continually evaporates from the leaf surface. The roots pull up more water from the soil to make up for the water loss during transpiration. As a result, important mineral salts are also brought along with the water from the soil by the roots. These salts are necessary for the growth of the plant. Now I guess that the today's part is completed. Let's just check to make it clear. Now external structure of plant or the leaf in detail we have done it. External, yeah, then it's kinds of leaf, simple and compound done. Types of initiation, reticular and parallel done. So then functions of leaf, main functions. The photosynthesis and the transpiration were the main functions. They are also done. So I guess today's day is completed, and today's topic is also completed. Four topics. Then tomorrow's three topics I will surely complete these three topics as well. Till then, take care and bye bye. And please subscribe. Please like and subscribe to my channel.